This is Eric Muathe from Muathe.com with a quick educational video. It is January 25th, 2021. The Nasdaq is trading at all-time intraday highs. In this quick educational video, I'm going to talk about the longest journey an instrument can make and what it suggests in terms of the next major trend direction. So let's take a look at GameStop. Now, this instrument was almost going under here, trading, let's call it under $3, somewhere in that range, as early as early 2020. So even though it seemed like it was going to go out of business, now, over the last month, this month alone, in January, the stock is up 500%. Now, since it started trading all the way back in 2002, this is the longest journey the stock has undertaken in a single month. This is the longest bar, the longest monthly move since it started trading. And what that means is that since it has never traveled this far in such a short distance or such a short time, it means that it is gonna have to take a major break from this major run. I hope that makes sense. It's the biggest move it has ever seen. And because of this, it means that it is also due for a major correction, a major rest phase. It's another way of saying that whenever you see an instrument perform such exceptionally, something it doesn't do regularly, then it is due for a major correction at any time starting now. Not to say that it can't go higher, because what's going on here is actually causing a lot of stress and strain, maximum pain for those who are short. So yes, it can go higher, but based on the big move, it is due for a major reset lower. Take a look at another stock here. This is now BBBY. Stock started trading in 1992. And even in this instrument, this is the biggest continuous monthly gain. This is the longest bar ever. The biggest journey it has undertaken in a single month. Because of this major move, where we see the stock up 150%, what this means is that it is going to run out of gas, it's going to get tired, and ultimately it is suggested that the next major swing trade is going to be lower. And the best case scenario, in my opinion, would be pullback. It closes somewhere here on a monthly basis, pulls back for at least 1 month plus, and then ultimately, if it wants to move higher, it's going to have to stage a fresh breakout. This is the best case scenario. You'd need a digestive period, a rest period, a reset period lasting at least 1 month to be as a valid rest period, and then a future breakout would be enticing for those who would want to take the next major move to the upside if it happens. But for the purpose of this video, these two stocks and many others in the market are indicative of a market that is also due for a major correction. In other words, if we just pause a little bit and ask ourselves, what is the climate that is causing these instruments to move? And the reason is very simple. We are in a climate, in a market that is now welcoming irrational moves because of this all-time status in the market. And we've seen a fantastic bull market since 2009. Because the market has been so bullish for so long, traders are losing their discipline. Which also means, in a sense, let's not be surprised that 2021 becomes a major reset for the general market also. This is because stocks are starting to behave very delusionary, very irresponsibly. So we need to be careful that this kind of excessive behavior might be a signal of a market temperament that is due for a reset or a gut check. We shall see. Oh, and by the way, to tie this down, we can also see the Nasdaq has been staging the biggest price gain. These are the biggest bars in terms of price throughout its trading, at least from 1990. The biggest price move suggests that there's going to be a massive correction at some point. When? I don't know, but it's going to happen. Because once you go through a phase of the biggest price gain, we're not talking about percentage, we're talking about big candles, big price bars, big price movements. It means that you are due for a major reset. Because remember, just 1 year ago, the Nasdaq was trading here. So the question becomes, what changed that drastically? At any rate, after your biggest point gain, after your biggest journey, you are due for a correction, a reset, a rest period. That's the main point for this educational video. Oh, and by the way, it is important to note that all of these instruments, the Nasdaq, as we can see here, with this RSI movement, and we can take a look at the MACDs, we can see that the Nasdaq is in an explosive phase, a strong, powerful bull market, because it meets the minimum requirements for the ultimate Muathe breakout. Minimum requirements are gonna be in the link of this, linked in the description of this video, I'm trying to say. So the Nasdaq met the minimum requirements for the ultimate Muathe breakout. That's a U. Links are gonna be in the description. If you take a look at the other stocks mentioned here, take a look at GameStop, we can see that it is in an explosive phase. If we take this breakout here around, let's call it 13.15, price breakout, take a look at that period. Your RSI was already trading at 3-year highs. Bang! Your MACDs were moving to 3-year highs. In fact, right there, MACDs were at 3-year highs. We need only one of the MACDs, so no need to go to the other one. So again, we can see one of the reasons why the stock is moving is because it meets the minimum requirements of the ultimate Muathe breakout. And let's take a look at Bed Bath & Beyond. And it is staging a strong, fierce move over the last month. And it too, as we can see, if we take this breakout here, this gap up period here, clear breakout in price. Let's take a look at that period right there. And we can see, yes, our MACDs were moving, the RSI was moving to 3-year highs. MACDs were also moving to 3-year highs. And yet again, another example that shows the power, the timing capability of the ultimate Muathe breakout. And back to the theme of this video, after the longest continuous move, be on the lookout for a corrective phase. GameStop, high at about 159, be on the lookout for a corrective phase, which might suggest, if leadership stocks start pulling back aggressively, that the general market could also be due for a corrective reset. In other words, the beginning of a substantial bear market. We shall see. And so it is. Eric Muathe with Muathe.com. Love light, light love. Namaste.